Flying, one of the wonders of our lifetime, and I hate it immensely. Ah! Now I know what you're gonna say, but Quixbe, it's one of the safest travel methods out there. And you're right. But I'm making this video because I never flew a lot as a kid. I can only remember one experience that I had when I was like 8. And since college, I have done more flying during my years at university than in my entire lifetime up to this point. But can we talk about how uncomfortable the process of flying is? For starters, you have to get to the airport hours early because you never know for sure if TSA is going to be a nightmare or not, along with possible flight delays, cancellations, and weather problems. I one time had to wait in an airport for 8+ hours because my dad and I did not want to have to place charge us another day for the rental car. And if you don't have money to spend to pass the time, then airports are super boring. That's why a lot of people are reading books or on their phone, because we all know that everything in an airport is like video game economics. And airports can get away with that because past TSA, you're only allowed to bring on what is available or bought from within the airport. For obvious reasons. But, you know what is fun? The monorail. Most of the major airports have one, and I love riding on the monorail because I love feeling that gravity that you get when you're on a roller coaster. Plus, I do my best not to fall over. Or have my luggage slide all over the place. Another thing I have always wanted to do was to ride the luggage carousel. But obviously, don't do that, because you'll probably get in trouble despite the overwhelming curiosity of what it looks like back there. But there is one thing I do not like the most, and it's turbulence. See, how turbulence works, it's similar to waves on water. If you're in a smaller boat, then those small waves are going to feel a lot bigger in comparison to a larger boat on the same waves. And usually, I'm on the small plane. Perks of being in a small town. For the most part, I've actually never had a bad flight, but there was one time that made me go, about it. It was me and my dad, and we were coming back home from one of the colleges we were touring. And we get on the plane just fine, and overall was smooth sailing. Except for the last 30 minutes. When I get nervous, I build up a lot of tension and energy, which makes me want to release it by talking things out to pass the time. Which, in many of my flights, I have turned to the stranger next to me to have small talk to shake the nerves, and other times they're clearly in do not disturb mode. Which in that case, I just suffer in silence, like a statue. But I wasn't alone this time. I had my dad. We're on the plane, and you know how the pilots are usually aware of rough patches from other flights? Well, today I learned what they mean when they say, "Please keep your seatbelt on at all times in case we experience some unexpected rough air." Are we gonna die? What? No, it's just a little rough air, rough wind, we're fine, perfectly normal, no need for worrying, it's all fine. And to his credit, he was looking pretty calm and collected. I, on the other hand, had my body literally screaming at me because I could feel the plane being pushed horizontally. I'm looking around, right? And the other passengers are either just as concerned as I am, or super chilled, or zonked out of sleep. How can you sleep during a time like this? I know I ain't the only one praying to God when the planes start acting up. I'm sweating through the longest 30 minutes of my life. And you know how I know it was bad? The pilots come out of the cockpit to see everyone off, and they both were sweating, with red faces, while one was literally dabbing his head with a handkerchief. You lied! Yeah, it was a bit out of the normal experience, but I couldn't give you a reason to freak out more than you already were. Thanks, Dad! After that experience, I was super glad to be grounded, but I'm also thankful for it because it gave me something to compare to with what is normal and expected versus what isn't. It certainly made future flights more manageable, but will I do anything I can to avoid flying? Yes. Yes, I will. Heyo everybody, thanks so much for watching the video. Subscribe and ring that notification bell, and let me know in the comment section down below some of your experiences with flying on planes. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!